covering you up.
I'll stand if I'm not
Okay.
talk.
Okay. All right.
So.
Good afternoon. Welcome, one and all. It's wonderful to see all of you here because we have another special treat again this afternoon as we listen to Janet Elshazly and friends. I know that we will be thrilled with all the beautiful music. One housekeeping note, to show your appreciation at the end of the service, the ushers will have goodwill baskets at the doors, and I know that it would be appreciated if you would give generously to them. Thank you. Now I will have Janet introduce her group.
Thank you. Thank you again for coming, and it's always a pleasure for me to play with Deb and Liz. And to introduce you a little bit more to them, I'm going to read you a little bit of their biographies. First for Elizabeth. Liz over here, our oboe player, held a tenured position with the Charleston Symphony Orchestra for 12 years before she resigned in 2005. She's enjoyed performing with such prestigious groups as the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra, the Los Angeles Philharmonic Institute, the National Symphony, the American Sinfonetta, the Colorado Music Festival, and the Spoleto Festival in both the U.S. and Italy. Liz was a semi-finalist in the Gillette International Young Artist Competition and has been a featured soloist with Charleston, Spoleto, and Nairobi, Kenya symphonies. Let me turn the page. It's a lot. Wow. No. There's more. Liz is currently the adjunct professor of oboe at Alabama State University and has a large private studio. She's an active recitalist and chamber musician. In addition to these activities, she's the creator of LTK Reads and the founder of LTK Oboe Camp in Fort Mill, South Carolina. She makes a lot of oboe and what's the other instrument reed? And English horn reeds. And anyway, where was I? The camp. She's in the oboe camp at Fort Mill, South Carolina, which is geared towards young oboists aged 12 to 18. In 2011, she founded the Music for East Africa, dedicated to soliciting donations of musical instruments, sheet music, and accessories to assist struggling music students. Mrs. Knott began the first double reed department in East Africa. She is looking forward to being able to travel again so she can begin rehearsing and recording her first solo CD. That is Liz. And now for Debra. Okay. Debra Sherrill-Ward, French horn player, is a member of the Hilton Head Symphony, Savannah Philharmonic, and the North Charleston Pops Orchestra. Debra was honored to be the featured guest artist for the 2018 Western Illinois University Horn Festival. Debra is the director of the Charleston Horn Camp, a camp she started in 2010 for middle school through college-age horn students. During the summer, she plays for the St. Augustine Music Festival in St. Augustine, Florida, and for Loon Lake Live in the Adirondack Mountains. Debra has also been a member of the Barcelona Symphony, the South Dakota Symphony, and the Charleston Symphony. She studied under Freudis Verka, thank you, Jerome Ashby, Eric Ralsky, and John Serminaro. Oh, wow, okay. So these are my wonderful friends, so welcome them. If you want the mic, it's here.
Oh, maybe I need this, or not. Morceau de salon. Morceau just means piece, and a salon is a room. Chamber music was originally intended to be played in small rooms or dining rooms, music rooms. Most homes used to have music rooms. It was a social thing to do. They didn't have TVs or iPhones or pads or watches. You know, they would complete a meal and then everyone would go to the music room. Everyone played something and they would play music. The man that wrote this, Jan Vaclav Kaliwoda, is not really known for much of anything except for oboe pieces. That was his favorite instrument. And they were like pop tunes back then. People played them in salons and bars. I think if I showed up to a bar and went to play this, I don't think I'd even get a free beer. So that would be bad. The next piece you're going to hear Deb play, I have a little bit of information about. The composer, Justinian Tamasusa, is Ugandan, and I met him in 2011 when I was assisting a friend of mine in Tanzania with her Fulbright. He came to a concert that we did and stayed with us. He has a very weird eating diet thing, but he's a great guy. Anyway, she'll tell you more about that. Not the eating thing, just about.
Yes, as Liz mentioned, I became aware of Justine Tamazuzu through Liz. She said, he wrote this great piece for horn alone. You really should learn it. So back, it was probably about 10 years ago, we were doing a fundraising event for Music for East Africa, and that was the first time I performed it. And in one of my summer festivals I play this past summer, I said, I really would like to play this work again. It was so much fun. It was really fun to perform it again and relearn it and do things a little different. So I'm super excited to play this for you tonight. So Justine Tamazuzu, he was born in 1951 in Uganda. And his music is for incorporating traditional African folk elements to challenge the instrument to use extended techniques to make the Western instrument sound like an African instrument. In the Luganda language, okukuwula means a calling or reaching to someone far away. And kwe ekorederi means horn, so this is a horn call. Tamazuzu uses many extended techniques on the horn, including flutter tonguing, stopped horn, quarter tones, which is a tone between the smallest Western half step. So he even uses even smaller step. He uses the pentatonic five-note scale and a Kangandan vocal technique called igono, which raises the pitch at the end of the phrase before the cutoff. So it's kind of like a do. He also has the horn player take out a few slides from the valve section for an unusual harmonic effect to make an African percussion sound more than a Western classical instrument. So about halfway through, you're going to see me pull out two of my slides, and you'll hear some interesting overtones. But this is just a really fun work. So here's the horn call. It's for horn alone. So you'll see me later with Janet. And here we go. This goes off, right? Yeah. All right.
The next piece that we're going to play is called Oblivion. It's instead of COVID, we were all in oblivion for 2 years. Now we're emerging. Now, this is by a composer named Astor Piazzolla. It was written in 1982. And the great thing about this piece is that Astor Piazzolla became famous because he actually grew up in New York, but he's Argentinian by birth. And tangos were not known because they were considered to be very naughty. They were only done in brothels and places of ill repute, which I guess is the same thing. So he thought, this is ridiculous, this is our culture. So he took jazz idioms and classical music and the tango, and he put them all together and created this nuevo tango kind of culture. And this piece, Oblivion, is one of those. It was written for a movie called Henry IV, which I think is, I've never even heard of it or seen it, but it's in there. It would have been performed by a traditional tango band, though, which included congas and maybe even violins, upright bass, and definitely the bandoneon, which is very similar but much cooler than an accordion, unless, of course, you're an accordion player, and it's still really cool. But so we're just doing the version for piano and oboe, which is definitely the coolest.
Oh, we're going to do oh, sorry. I'm going to talk.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this next one doesn't really need an introduction, but I need your help to snap, okay? So we're gonna start snapping and then Janet will come in, okay? So snap with me. Snap. Right, so everybody knows what that one was? Pink Panther. So also another, Mancini wrote this for the Pink Panther, the movie The Pink Panther. That movie came out in 1963, and it starred Peter Sellers. So, all right. And it's like the theme, it's so, in this case, the theme of the Pink Panther, you automatically think of Pink Panther, right, when you hear it, as opposed to the Piazzolla that Liz played, which that piece is just a classic, and so it's interesting how music can just invoke memories and visions. And our next work is a really fun work. It was written recently. A friend of mine actually commissioned this work by Dr. Gina Gilley. She's a professor of horn and composition at Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, Washington. And this piece, the sonata, this is the third movement of the rondo, and it's you're going to hear it's very Cuban sounding, flavored rhythms, and it's really fun. So here's the rondo from Dr. Gina Gilley's sonata.
piece on our program is a trio for oboe, horn, and piano, as you can tell, which is actually a pretty uncommon venue. People don't write for this instrumentation very often, which is too bad because it's really quite beautiful. It's by an Austrian composer named Herzagenberg. He was trained as a lawyer, but he was a huge advocate of Brahms. He loved Brahms' music. Brahms had nothing nice to say about him until I think after he died, and then he felt guilty because Herzagenberg married one of Brahms' students that Brahms also thought was very fetching. So when he did pass away, Brahms is noted as saying that Herzagenberg was indeed a good composer. You'll hear elements of Brahms and I think a little bit of Mahler, which I don't know how that could possibly be true, but it sounds like that to me anyway. The piece was written in 1889, and the sad news is that Herzagenberg died when he was only 57, and he had been in a wheelchair for several years prior, and there's really no information to say what was wrong with him. He just isn't anymore. So I hope you enjoy this piece. We've had a great time putting it together. Friends of Janet Elshazly. I neglected to tell you it's in 4 movements. That was the first movement. Then there's a presto, little quicker. Then there's an andante con moto, which we try to do a lot of moto. And then there's an allegro. But we really appreciate the applause.